Hello everybody, welcome to Elite Weather Forecasting. I am Mr. G, your meteorologist. Happy Thursday afternoon. It's about late in the day, about the 5 o'clock hour here on your Thursday, and we're going to be getting ready for your Friday. We're going to have a weather forecast for you guys so that you know what to expect out there this evening as you make your way home and engage in your evening activities. And we're going to talk about tomorrow morning, what you're going to see on your way to work and get you through your day, as well as the weekend ahead. We're going to be talking about that weather forecast. Our city of the day is going to be Chicago, Illinois, because Chicago gets to be the city of the day because they are going to have the possibility of some severe thunderstorms in this area today across parts of the upper Midwest. And we're going to take a closer look at their chances for severe weather in our video later on coming up. And as we move on through the video here, as you look at the beautiful city of Chicago out there, there's those clouds in the sky. So it's been a few showers around already. So the roadways are already a bit damp, and we have had some rainfall across much of the upper Midwest as we have a storm system working across the northern tier of the country right now. So let's move on with the rest of the forecast. Take a look at our maps and talk about the rest of the lower 48 and what you're going to see as far as the weather forecast going into the weekend. I would never call it tornado week, but EF0, maybe EF1 tornado is going to be possible. Alright, so here is a look at our rainfall forecast through Thursday. We are going to see some rain showers here for the remainder of the day across southern Arizona. So Phoenix and Tucson, you're going to be seeing rain showers. You're going to be seeing rain showers across the upper Midwest, up there in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. It's going to be seeing rain showers. And all the rest of the West is going to be looking at heavy snow. So here's our storm system across the upper Midwest. This storm could affect the snow impacts next week in the Northeast and New England. So we have that mild air in place across much of the country. So in the entire eastern half of the United States is in dealing with that warmer than average weather. So that warmer air, we're going to see that warmer air that's going to be bringing that instability from the Gulf of Mexico and up into the upper Midwest, where we can see that potential. Where we have a triple point in play. We have a warm front moving across Minnesota and into Ontario. Our low pressure center here over western Minnesota and the Dakotas. We have a cold front that's extended down across the Rockies to the southern Rockies. So that combination is creating a trigger for the potential for severe thunderstorms in this region right here across the upper Midwest. So that's going to put Chicago and Milwaukee, South Bend, Indiana, and Detroit in the crosshairs for that severe weather potential this afternoon, this evening, and possibly into the overnight hours as well. So here is our winter outlook that we're seeing across parts of the South. We have high winds taking place right now. We're looking at those high winds out ahead of that advancing cold front coming from the plains. So that's going to be bringing those 30 to 40 mile per hour winds across Iowa, down through Missouri, over western Illinois as well. We're going to be seeing those winds make their way eventually over to the Chicagoland, over to Indiana and Michigan as well. We're going to see an increase in the winds as that cold front gets closer to those areas. So there is currently a wind advisory over part of the upper Midwest as well. So in Arizona, we have some highway issues to talk about here. If you're traveling, if you're a trucker, if you are on I-40 going through northern Arizona, Kingman, Flagstaff, if you're Sholo, Pine Top, if you're on I-40 east-west headed towards California or towards New Mexico, we have road closures. So Interstate 40 eastbound at US 93 at milepost 72, the highway is closed. Interstate 40 eastbound at Ash Fork milepost 140, the highway is also closed, so you won't be able to go through that area in Interstate 40 Westbound at milepost 161, the highway is closed due to heavy snow and the roadway is blocked. And Interstate 40 westbound at Winslow milepost 252, Winslow, Arizona. I have a friend that lives in Winslow. In Winslow, and we got Williams. Oh yeah, I know those areas. I used to live in Tucson, so I know all about Arizona, guys. So, okay, so, all right, so dangerous travel out there today across northern Arizona. If you're on I-40, again, we have a lot of road closures. Need your chains on your vehicles. If you're going up I-17, going up into the mountains, we're going to feed your chains. So I'm glad to see this. I have to post this because I saw this on the National Weather Service website. You know, I always saw them as the government weather is stiff, very boring, kind of plain, not very... They don't seem excited about being meteorologists. Oh, it's just a government job. Who cares? It's not like the storm chasers. You know, if you watch guys like... If you even watch the news guys, if you watch guys like those guys, the storm chasers, and they see turning, they scream and holler, they have a great time. They look like they love their job. It's a passion. But when you look at the weather service guys, they don't seem passionate because they're working for the government, and it's kind of boring. So, but they have, you stuck in this, or are you stuck in this, or would you rather be at home enjoying this? And this I thought was pretty funny. I was like, right on, that's pretty cool to see a little bit of personality and funniness in the National Weather Service post. Very good, very good. I like that a lot. So here's a look at the heavy snow across Minnesota. Oh, not Minnesota. We haven't seen a drop of snow, but Arizona. We are looking at that another 8 to 12 inches here across northern Minnesota. I keep saying Minnesota because we're so used to this, but we don't have any. But Arizona. Here's I-40. There's I-17. It goes down to Phoenix. The beautiful Sedona area. Sedona, Arizona is beautiful, godly. So there's the potential there for 8 to 12 inches of snow across this area still. So we're going to still see another foot of snow to go across the higher elevations, crossing up there, I-17 and I-40. Okay, so here is our winter weather alerts for the Four Corners area. We have that winter storm warning here across Minnesota again, across Arizona. Winter storm warning here, but we're also looking at winter weather advisories through parts of western Arizona, northern New Mexico, southern Colorado, and we have winter storm here near Aspen, Colorado as well. And we have winter storm conditions over southern Utah, into central Utah, St. George, Park City, Cedar City, Utah, and then parts of Nevada as well. So north Las Vegas also has the potential for avalanche there as well. So we have winter storm warning across Nevada, and we have winter weather advisory across parts of southern Arizona, southern Nevada as well. So a lot of wintry weather. Here's a look at that severe weather that we can see across the upper Midwest tonight. This is Chicago, the Illinois area. So northern Illinois, LaSalle, Davenport, Iowa, Dubuque, Rockford, Chicago, Joliet, Milwaukee, Madison. All of those areas have that potential risk for severe weather this afternoon and this evening. Here is that severe weather, this radar potential. The radar is saying, hey, this is what you can see, guys. So this is the radar foretelling of what we could see later today across northern Illinois. You can see that line of thunderstorms approaching the Chicagoland area. And then about 8 o'clock tonight, that line of showers and storms will pass through Chicago, affecting parts of northern Indiana. So this is Gary, maybe around the South Bend, Mishawaka, area. We're going to see that potential there for that severe weather to be moving into southern Michigan as well. So, okay, so we've been dealing with a very active El Nino. It's been all over the news. If you have not heard about the El Nino, what rock have you been under? So, now, here's the typical pattern that we see with El Nino. We have seen this pattern for much of the winter, especially with this super El Nino that we've been having. We've saw the torrential rains coming into the West Coast and down through Southern California. So it has been definitely wetter. It's definitely coming. We're seeing that pattern, and we're seeing it cooler down across the South and the Southeast. We're seeing that freezing rain and snow and sleet all up to parts of the Central and Southern Plains. We've been seeing it drier across the Ohio Valley, very dry across the upper Midwest. We only had 4 inches of snow for the whole winter to date. If you would break that down to rain, that's only about maybe 4 inches of rain, because an inch of rain is equivalent to about, I'm sorry. That's only about 4/10 of an inch of rain that we've had, because an inch of rain is a foot of snow. If you do a 10-to-1 ratio, an inch of rain is a foot of snow. So we've only had 4/10 of an inch of rain if you would equate that 4.4 inches to a liquid. So if you convert it to a liquid, from snow to a liquid, 4/10 of an inch. So here is our forecast. We have that thing. Okay, so we've had the super El Nino. Super El Nino. In my opinion, my professional opinion, I think El Nino is more fickle than La Nina. La Nina is more robust. We have been under La Nina, over the last 10 years, we have been under La Nina conditions far more than we've been under El Nino conditions. This El Nino is forecasted to collapse. Basically, it's not going to gradually fade away over time. It's going to just die about sometime May, late April or May. This El Nino is going to collapse, and then we're going to see the La Nina conditions immediately come into it. This is where climate change comes into play, because we used to look at El Nino with a 10-year time frame. Okay, if you take a 10-year period, you're going to have at least one period of El Nino, one period of La Nina, and there's usually about 7 years. There used to be 7 years of a period in between each cycle. So you would have an El Nino, and then INSO neutral, but 7 years, and then a La Nina, right? Then INSO neutral, 7 years go by, and then El Nino. That's how it used to go. So there was a wider gap in between these instances of these events. Now it's just like a pinwheel, just woo, 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 just El Nino, La Nina, El Nino to La Nina. But the La Nina seems, look at this. We have El Nino. Okay, so this is the El Nino. This is our super El Nino. The water temperatures in the eastern Pacific off the coast of Ecuador right now are about 5 degrees Celsius above average. That would it's over 5 degrees. It's about 8 degrees if I'm being honest. That would classify it as a super El Nino. January, February, and March is right there. Super El Nino continues going strong. Okay, February, March, and April. Boom, still going strong. Okay, March, April, May starts to die, right? So then we see a strong in March, okay, April, May, and June, we see INSO neutral. That's what that is, neutral. But we start to see La Nina pop up here in the bottom. So we start to see signs of El Nino. But as we move further through time, May, June, and July, we see that La Nina signal grow stronger. The The neutral signal gets a little bit weaker, but look what happens to the La Nina signal. El Nino goes almost down to nothing. Gets weaker, 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 but we see that La Nina grow, and grow. So we see the potential there for a La Nina for September, October, and November. And hopefully it doesn't get any stronger because I don't like La Nina. La Nina does the exact opposite to what El Nino is doing. So what we're going to see, we'll see much more severe weather across the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes and the plains. The severe weather is worse further north. And we also tend to see a lot more snow further north as well. So we're going to see more snow in the Northeast, the Great Lakes, and the upper Midwest. And it's going to be much, much colder. Last winter was a La Nina. Last winter, we had 90.3 inches of snow here in the Twin Cities. 90. That was one of the snowiest winters, or I think it was third snowiest winter on record, period, from last year's La Nina. So to only 4.4 inches with this super El Nino. So you see what we're dealing with here. We're going to flip the script as we head into fall and winter this year. Here's what La Nina looks like. Now, if this is El Nino, this would be red. This is what El Nino looks like. It was red. But with La Nina, it's colder water, so it's blue. So we're going to see that colder water come in when it's El Nino. That warmer water will shift across the Pacific to the Western Pacific. This is what we're going to see over by Australia and Indonesia and Malaysia and the Philippines is hanging out over the Western Pacific. But that colder water wells up over the Eastern Pacific, and that will increase the hurricanes across the Atlantic Basin. So we'll see an increase in hurricanes typically, and an increase in hurricanes, a decrease in hurricanes on the Pacific, but an increase over the Atlantic. So we kind of flipped the script. We saw a lot of hurricanes in the Pacific, but not that many. They was not that remarkable. That we've had some storms, but they were mostly weak. None of them really affected the U.S. directly. Maybe some hit some parts of the Caribbean, maybe around Puerto Rico. We had one system brushed by. So it's been a far less memorable hurricane season than if we had La Nina. Because remember back in 22, we had a lot of big storms. Remember Hurricane Michael? 2022. All right, so here is that Super Bowl, okay? The San Francisco 49ers. I love my California teams. The 49ers, but I like the Kansas City Chiefs too. So I'm neutral on this one. The Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. This is the forecast for San Francisco, for Las Vegas for the next 5 days. So we're seeing those rain showers today, but we're going to see a high of 53 tomorrow, 54 on Saturday. But look, brilliant, beautiful sunshine. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday going to be nice and sunny. But they're definitely dealing with the rain for some of the Super Bowl kickoff festivities today. You're going to need your umbrellas. I think this is an indoor stadium, so you don't really need it for the indoor. But if you're going to be doing some outside activities there, usually when they have these things, there's outside stuff going on around the stadium in the town. So those areas you might need your umbrella or a raincoat or something because you're going to be seeing those rain showers. And on Super Bowl Sunday at kickoff, we're looking at a temperature of 55 degrees as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so here is our current conditions out across America. There is that rain across the upper Midwest we're seeing right now. We're seeing that. But I'm not seeing any activity right here around Chicago yet where those thunderstorms are expected to develop. But we do have a couple little blips starting to show up over the radar here. So hopefully we can see that fill in and that thunderstorm activity really starts to get going. But it's late in the day now, and I'm not seeing the issue here with the, a lot of times with thunderstorms, Remember, it's all what if. Thunderstorms are fickle to get going, so you have to take thunderstorm forecast kind of with a grain of salt because thunderstorms are very fickle and you need a lot of ingredients to come together and fit together perfectly to kick off a thunderstorm. It takes a lot of work for the atmosphere to kick off a thunderstorm. Here is all that snow across the west right now. Heavy snow down here in Arizona, you can see there over southern Utah, and we're seeing snow across Wyoming and Montana and parts of the western Dakotas as well. We're seeing that snow. Here is those temperatures across the country. I don't think this is accurate. This is not up to date. I didn't update this. These temperatures, because it's actually 50 right now in the Twin Cities, so I know that's wrong. So never mind that map. Here are some wind speeds across the country right now. So as that storm system makes its way to the east, we're going to see those southerly winds increase as well. So we're going to see those warmer winds out ahead of that front. So we're going to see those winds in the 20 to 30 miles per hour range. But once that front passes your location, then we're going to see those winds switch to the northwest, and we're still going to see those gusts from 20 to 30 miles per hour. But some areas could see winds as high as 40 miles per hour. Here is your forecast for tomorrow morning when you get your butt up to go to school, go to work. So we're still going to see snow over the western half of the United States. So we're going to see snow over Montana. We're going to see snow in Idaho, western Washington, western Oregon. We're still going to see some snow through parts of Utah, especially around the Wasatch Mountain Range. So Salt Lake City, Ogden, you guys are going to still see that snow tomorrow. And we're going to see snow over central Colorado. So we're talking about Aspen, Denver, those areas. We're going to see some snow. Some showers and thunderstorms will start to develop down here across the southeast. So we're going to see rain along the Gulf Coast, and we're going to see that rain into the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, and into Ontario. And we're going to see snow on the backside of that low pressure. And that's going to mostly stay confined to northern Minnesota, the upper peninsula of Michigan, and maybe extreme northern Wisconsin. So around Superior, you're going to see that snow, and Rhinelander could see some snow potential. So in the afternoon, that snow is going to pull away. It's going to pull into Canada, and that rain as well. So we're going to see that low pressure center kind of wobble its way into southeastern Canada. We're going to see those showers increase across the southeast, showers and thunderstorms, some of that severe weather as well. And we're going to be seeing that heavy rain lead to some flooding. And that snow is going to continue tomorrow afternoon. So when you make your way to the bus stop to go home, or the car, whatever your mode of transportation is, and we're going to see some snow continue across parts of the western Rockies, as we have another weak system up in there. So we're going to see some snow across the area. Somebody last night asked me, can you talk about Pennsylvania? Well, when Pennsylvania gets some weather, we're going to talk about Pennsylvania. But right now, Pennsylvania is quiet. You're going to have that warmer weather. So Pennsylvania, so Philadelphia, Harrisburg. My cousin lives in Pittsburgh. So if you're in Pennsylvania, have a nice day tomorrow, because you will have a nice day, and those temperatures will be in the 50s across your area. So there we mentioned Pennsylvania. All right. And here we go again. So tomorrow evening, it's going to look much like the afternoon. Those showers and storms across the south. So Arkansas, Tennessee, maybe northern Mississippi. I'm going to say Minnesota again. Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, maybe parts of North Carolina. Very southern tip of West Virginia and Kentucky. We're going to be seeing those showers and some thunderstorms as well for your Friday evening and nighttime hours tomorrow. That is your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Sorry about the long video, but there was a lot going on and a lot we need to cover, and I need to make you understand just what we're dealing with. It's not just a weather forecast, it's a weather education, and hopefully I can increase your knowledge about weather and forecasting and all that kind of good stuff. So thanks for watching me today. My wife is home, and we're going to have some dinner pretty soon. So leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the channel. And leave a follow if you're watching on TikTok. Bye-bye.